fair and level playing field for women and girls. With the recent transgender trend, there's now a modern problem of genetically male athletes who identify as females who are competing against biological female athletes. It is unfair to female athletes when people with an unfair advantage infringe upon their freedom to compete in school athletics equally. In simple truth, men and women are physically different. This fact can be easily proven not only by biblical truth, but also by scientific evidence. This evidence is extremely clear in the world of sports. There are many states that have relied on this fact to pass laws protecting women's sports. An expert report on male athletics advantages authored by Dr. Gregory A. Brown, who is an exercise science professor at the University of Nebraska, shows some of the many reasons why male athletes shouldn't compete against females. He found that male athletes have many inherent advantages over females, including greater height and weight, larger and stronger bones, larger muscles, and high rates of metabolizing and releasing energy. The report also shows that these advantages exist before puberty, and even after testosterone suppression. These advantages are obviously seen in giant discrepancies between the performance of men and women. In 2017, for example, more than 5,000 males ran 400-meter times that were faster than the personal bests of female Olympic gold medalists Sonia Richards-Ross and Allison Felix. The false claim that men can change their sex and somehow become a woman has a real human cost. Male athletes have unfairly taken opportunities to win championships, medals, athletic scholarships, and more from women, and we cannot allow it to continue. It was this basic understanding of the differences between men and women that led to the creation of women's sports in the first place. It's that same understanding that has led 21 states to pass laws protecting female athletes from having to compete against males. In 2021, West Virginia passed a law to protect women's sports, and it was one of the most comprehensive women's sports laws in the country. It designates women's teams for female athletes from middle school all the way through college, and it provides a legal remedy for female athletes from who have been unfairly displaced by males. Laws like West Virginia's affirm why we have women's and girls' sports equal opportunity. Enacting comprehensive women's sports laws is essential to ensure fairness in women's sports and protect equal opportunities for women. Ever since 4 courageous high school athletes in 2020 filed suit in federal court to challenge a policy allowing males to compete in girls' athletic events, 21 states have enacted a women's sports law to protect female athletes. That's over 1/3 of the country, and recently even more states have been looking to pass laws. Additionally, every female athlete deserves to compete on a fair and level playing field from kindergarten to college. However, many opponents of women's sports laws claim that these laws are not needed in grade school or middle school athletics before boys and girls go through puberty. Such claims are actually false. Research shows that while boys' physiological and performance advantages accelerate rapidly after puberty, significant male athletic performance advantages still exist even before the developmental changes from male puberty have occurred. The truth is that biology matters at all ages. In order to preserve fairness, women's sports laws should apply to all female students no matter their age. Legislators also need to ensure that women and girls have a legal remedy when these laws which protect them get violated. Effective protections for women's sports must include legal support and compensation for girls and women who've been harmed by violations of the law. When women and girls are deprived of athletic opportunities because their school or college allowed males to compete on female teams, those female athletes must be given a legal remedy. such as a court order requiring the school to follow the law. It is notable that West Virginia's law included protections for female athletes. Lawmakers can best protect women and girls when they enact such laws like West Virginia's by including meaningful protections for female athletes from grade school to college and ensuring that law is legally sound in the face of potential challenges in the courtroom. When we ignore biological reality, female athletes lose medals, podium spots, public recognition, and opportunities to compete. This is why it is critical that lawmakers join these women in taking a courageous stand for truth by passing legislation that applies to college athletes and gives harmed women and girls legal recourse. Comprehensive women's sports laws are essential to establishing a fair and level playing field for women and girls.